So just like clockwork, after making one video, I have to make basically another one. I think what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to actually stay on this topic now. What I want to do is I want to burn this argument to the ground because it's necessary. You see, I'm a PC gamer and I have all platforms. I actually play I play games wherever I want to play them, simply because that's what I think a gamer should do. However, I've noticed something in our gaming space is a lot of talking heads, they spit out nonsense and they don't really think. And some people, they just absorb it without actually evaluating what it is that, they're carrying water for. I just made a video, literally posted the video, scheduled it for a few hours, right? And literally 2 minutes after, the exact same argument that I'm actually pointing out to be very flawed in that video. This is the argument I'm pointing out to be flawed. Let me show you guys. The argument here says, where is it? It says PlayStation. This argument 6 hours ago, right? It says something about PlayStation, Xbox fans not buying games. And then I post a video saying, what are you talking about? And 5 minutes or 2 minutes after I post the video, boom, another one. Xbox gamers don't buy games. This theory it's a theory. You see how this is? This theory can be verified with the software sales numbers from Xbox. You said it's a theory. Okay, let's start with a scientific method. Observation, you move to hypothesis, you do your experimentation, you come up with your, working theory. And then if your theory is a working theory, then you basically come up with a full conclusion and a law like gravity. The reason I'm actually making this video is simply the fact that PlayStation is the biggest defense for Xbox players. You see, I've been watching a lot of this money hatting going on and the exclusivity of these big games and PlayStation basically paying people not to go to Game Pass and all of this stuff, right? What has been the reason for PlayStation actually doing this? Let's look at pre-2017 when Game Pass was first kicked off. Let's do that. Let's look at the PS4 era. Why was PlayStation money hatting a lot of these games at that time? Well, they wanted to build their platform, and they also wanted people from other platforms to come into their ecosystem and do what? And buy games. You see, Final Fantasy, the ones that have basically been blocked off from Xbox, were designed to be exclusives or designed exclusivity so that Final Fantasy fans will move away from Xbox and possibly maybe even PC, of which many PC players have no need to do that because most of those games came out on PC and even 16 is coming out on PC soon, so that the Xbox players that y'all are saying don't buy games will go buy games on that platform. I'm going to make this argument over and over and over again because it's a very silly argument, right? And then Stellar Blade, which was already announced for the Xbox, the PlayStation, and PC, Sony goes in, sponsors the deal in order for what? The developers to skip Xbox. Why? Why have they been doing this? Why have they been doing this with multiple games? Or at least possibly even, who knows what they've even tried to do that did not work out. Oh, Starfield? Okay. Did they not try that? Oh, Ghostwire Tokyo, Deathloop? Why did they do that with those Bethesda games? So that the Xbox players that you say, and this is when Game Pass was a thing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about that, because all this talk about Game Pass and all this nonsense, let's look at what Sony's actions have been saying. They basically timed exclusive all these games for 6 months. So that what? So that people on the Xbox side could be looking and saying, oh, this is, oh my gosh. No, they wanted them to act upon the fact that the game was not available on their platform. So if they don't buy games, why is PlayStation even bothering spending and blowing all that money? You see how very redundant this argument basically eats itself up and basically moves no direction? It's a very silly argument. Xbox players that want to play games on their platform will buy the games that they want to play on their platform, or they'll subscribe to Game Pass if the game is on Game Pass. It's just a value proposition. Now, here's the argument that you probably can make. The sales comparison is not the same. More PlayStation players are available. More PlayStation players will buy more games. But even those games, the PlayStation players are probably no longer even too interested in buying these games anymore. So the full-blown exclusive Final Fantasy 16 basically made Square Enix and some other games rethink their strategy and start shaking hands with Phil Spencer. Okay, so why is Square Enix shaking hands with Phil Spencer if Xbox players don't buy games? So now we've moved this to the other side of the whole thing. Right? Why? What does Square Enix know? This data that all these people are talking about, right? I saw this other comment. The other comment that I actually did addressing the other video said, oh, you can look at the data. This one said it's a theory. What theory? Look at this picture. Let's look at this picture. What theory does this picture tell you? Why are they shaking hands? Can we form a theory here that says, oh, maybe they want to start leveraging the Xbox platform? The theory, isn't it the theory that we can come up with? Or maybe they want to start putting their games on Game Pass. We already saw Octopath Traveler 1 and 2. Maybe they're going to put the Final Fantasy games on Game Pass. That's another theory, but we have no way to verify that. So can we please stop talking out of, let me not say the anatomical, but component that I want to point out here, because, man, this has become so silly. I cannot believe how many people don't even take charge of their thinking. You just listen to somebody on YouTube and Twitter and you just vomit that argument everywhere, thinking everyone's a dum-dum and is going to just basically, walk on out because you said it. Please. This is the Video Game Fight School channel, man. We don't play around here. And those of us here in the comment section, we don't play that. We actually look at things and try our best to be as objective as we possibly can be about it. But the problem is these PlayStation, fans that are not paying attention, they make everybody look like a fanboy when they're actually, we couldn't even care. Like my Xbox, I bought it because it's a dev kit, because I do game development stuff. That's why I got a Series X. Once I found out that you can basically go in dev mode, I said, man, I got to get me one of these so I can actually play around with video games. PlayStation used to be my jam, but I've already known and I've already seen that this company doesn't have the interest of gamers in its mind. Even PlayStation fans know this. That's, I think, why you have to basically put yourself in a position where you're arguing, this featherweight arguments that can't even withstand air. I gotta go, man. Thanks for watching. Peace out.